What's going on? Are you an expert in some professional field and unsure exactly what kind of expert business to make? Today, we're going to go over the massive opportunity that is the continuing education credit education company market. It's going to be awesome. It's a great business model. We're seeing a lot of people get success in this field. So let's dive right into it. But before we do, I'm Chris Badgett. I'm a WordPress LMS software entrepreneur. LMS stands for Learning Management System. I'm a coach to WordPress professionals. I'm a course creator, and I'm a homeschooling, work from home dad coming to you live from the office in my backyard. And be sure to stay to this end of this video because I'm going to give you access to an exclusive resource called the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide, which helps you select the most powerful, flexible technology stack based on your solutions and requirements that you need for your project. So I've been in this LMS market for over 10 years. I've been a course creator, a coach, an affiliate, a membership site building, agency owner. I've helped people build education, continuing education, online businesses. And later in that journey, I developed the LMS software that powers all that called LifterLMS. And all this time, I've witnessed a lot of failure, but also a lot of success. And some of the most successful people that have the easiest time both getting the site launched, making money, staying in business year after year after year are the people that sell continuing education into the giant professional industry markets. You know, there's so many different markets in health and law and real estate and insurance and massage and all these things, which we're going to go to in a little bit. But perhaps you're struggling figuring out what type of expert business to make. You know, a lot of us think about just creating a course ourselves or becoming a coach, but based on our expertise or our professional industry knowledge. But there's this niche called especially the mandatory continuing education credit market. So these are people that have to get CEUs, continuing education units, a certain number year after year to keep their license to even keep their job. So, it's something to think about. There's all these different angles. You could help people get a job in this field or advance in the field or teach management in this field. But what about the continuing education market? We're going to unpack this opportunity for you today. But perhaps you're struggling with one of these challenges around what type of expert business that you can make. Perhaps you feel a little bit like an unfocused expert and you're just not sure which path you should choose for your education company goals. The second is you don't really have a business model locked in. You've heard that you can earn income on the internet by teaching skills, especially to other professionals, but you're not quite sure which business model to use. And perhaps you're concerned about the feast or famine cycle where if you do develop a course, are you going to have to do a bunch of marketing and then stop and launch it and sell it? And then you got to go into all this delivery and you go back and forth and the income's not very consistent. That's the feast or famine problem. But here's my promise to you today. If you focus on becoming a certified continuing education company provider, CEU credits, curriculum developer, whatever you want to call it, you have an opportunity to be extremely focused so that your time is well spent on this endeavor. You're also going to be able to build a strong business model that's going to develop cash flow, recurring revenue cash flow, and build a strong asset. And the other cool thing is you're going to be able to build into what I call evergreen demand. So there's always new professionals. There's new professionals that need to get licensed and relicensed every year and all this stuff. So the flow of potential learners for your platform is really endless. So the 5 key principles to building a profitable, strong, certified continuing education company are as follows. Principle number 1 is to be sure to deploy a strong technology stack, like the website part for this company. That's using WordPress, and a tool like LifterLMS, so your project becomes your asset and has unlimited customizability and scalability. You want to be very careful not to build an continuing education company on a hosted course site or membership site thing that you don't actually own and control and can extend. If you're building this kind of asset, you really want the power and the ownership that comes with having your own WordPress LMS site and LifterLMS. Principle number 2 is to bundle with memberships. You can create one-off courses, like let's say this course has 3 CEU credits, but maybe people can buy a membership bundle of 15 or 10 or 5 courses for this price, and then that way you can get a lot of revenue quickly. Like basically somebody could buy like their whole year's worth of continuing education, not just a one-off course, but you can offer both all on your site. This is one of the beauties of a tool like LifterLMS, where you have all this pricing flexibility. Principle number 3 is to partner for traffic. So one of the reasons I see these people who build continuing education websites with LifterLMS do so well is they have like this certification governing body that is continuously sending them traffic. Basically, they're listed as one of the options on the board side of where they need to go to maintain their license. Sometimes that just means doing the work to get certified and becoming listed in the directory of options, but other times these boards have advertising opportunities where you can pay a little more to have your continuing education courses kind of featured, or you get a banner ad. And then there's also like other bloggers and YouTubers and things that blog about these industries that you can also partner with to increase traffic to your continuing education company website. So you don't have to do it alone. Principle number 4 is to don't teach alone. You can consider bringing in outside experts and resources so you don't have to invent all the training from scratch. I see some people, they do it all themselves at first, and then they start bringing in other experts to start, teaching various classes on certain niche topics and focuses. So it can be a little overwhelming to try to do it all. So you can always bring in other people or even other assets and materials that go inside the training that you license and things like that, so that you don't have to do it all alone. And principle number 5 is to work with what I call a WordPress professional. So consider hiring a WordPress and LifterLMS expert to help build out your site so you can focus on building out all the other many things that needs to happen for this CEU business. And we've actually got a list of those professionals that have experience with both WordPress and LifterLMS. There's a link to that below this video. So at LifterLMS, we've helped a lot of CEU businesses grow in many fields like law, medicine, real estate, pharmaceuticals, massage, and all kinds of other fields. And many of these are successful. And when you're just think about it this way, these are some of our best customers that stay year after year after year. They're constantly buying software, buying more bigger features, packages, and things as their business grows, because LifterLMS can scale with them. But what we're seeing is that when you're in the business of helping people keep their jobs or get a promotion in their job, the sale is much easier. So even if you don't have the most beautiful website in the world, or your courses or videos aren't 100% perfect, it's completely fine, because you're in the business of helping people keep their jobs, stay licensed, and also do well in their job and do things like get promoted and things like that. So there's a trend recently where, with all that's going on in the world, there's been a surge in demand for this type of remote continuing education. Sometimes these things happen at conferences centers or hotel conferences and various campuses and things like that. And there's often historically been a blend of some online and some in person. But what we're seeing in the market is that Recently a lot of these trainings for licensure have had to go remote, and they're not all just going to snap back. Sure, there's always going to be a place for in-person CEU training, but the online continuing education market is just continuing to grow and expand almost exponentially. So the last thing I want to throw out there is just another option for you called the publisher option. This is my pro tip for you today, that we've seen some education entrepreneurs act as publishers where they may want to build a continuing education platform, but they're not going to be the expert at all in any of the actual CEU courses. And they do this through licensing and hiring out content creators to create the platform. So if you've thought about maybe you want to do this, but you don't want to be the teacher, or maybe you're not even in a particular industry, but you see the opportunity to build a CEU business, you can also just act as a publisher and an entrepreneur and put all the pieces and people in place. So, but that's it for the talk. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to build a continuing education company website and really the whole online business with WordPress and LifterLMS. So let's jump right into the tutorial. All right, what's going on? It's Chris. Let's jump right into the tutorial. So I'm here on a blank WordPress website, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the back end here. I usually like to clean up this admin dashboard, just get all that stuff out of the way. I like to keep my sites nice and clean. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the world's best learning management system for WordPress, which is called LifterLMS. So I'm going to go to plugins and click on add new, and I'm going to do a search for LifterLMS. There it is. I'm going to click install and activate. And I'm going to go through this quick setup wizard here. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to install the required pages. I'm going to enable offline payments. I'm selling in the US and in US dollars. And I'm going to get a coupon. And in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and install this one sample course. I'm going to click import courses. And cool, you can see I've got a course here, but right now I'm not going to get into the course yet. I'm actually going to go grab a different theme than the default WordPress theme. So I'm going to go to Appearance Themes, Add New, and I'm going to do a search for Cadence. I'm going to pop Cadence into my website. And I'm going to activate that. And then I'm going to install this Cadence starter site template plugin, basically. And I'm going to use the default WordPress editor, which is called Gutenberg. And I'm going to build our continuing education site, I'm going to drop in this site, this kind of starter site template to kind of purpose this site into a continuing education site. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click import full site, click start importing. It's all coming into the site. This is really amazing. This is huge. This is one of the great things about the Cadence theme, is that you can, start with a pretty much already done website, which is amazing. And really, we're going to modify this one since it's not exactly designed for a continuing ed site. So let's just take a quick look on the front end. So we're just going to repurpose this a little bit. So I'm just going to click edit page and just kind of change the copy a little bit and to make it more about continuing ed. And then I'm just changing the copy here. Get your CEUs from industry experts, continuing education units. And We've got some featured courses down here. And I'm going to go ahead and click update and view our page. Awesome. So it's coming together. This got a little small. So I'm just going to see what my options are here. Make the font size a little smaller. There we go. Click update. View page. That looks good. And then you see how this says a LifterLMS sandbox. I'm just going to go into the back and fix that real quick. So appearance, customize, header, logo. For right now, we'll just put continuing ed. I'll just call it niche continuing ed. So of course you could be doing this in any kind of professional industry, but we're just keeping it general for the website building perspective. And then the next thing we want to do is we're going to back out of there. We'll just drop in here real quick, make sure we have the most current everything. Yep, looks like everything's current. And now what we want to do is when you go to LifterLMS add-ons, what we want to do is we want to install our LifterLMS license key so we can get all the awesome LifterLMS advanced add-ons for the functionality, for some additional functionality, especially around things like PDF certificates, taking credit cards on the site for payment, allowing us to collect like license numbers and stuff like hospital name or law practice name or company name for our certificates. So I'm going to head on over to LifterLMS.com, grab my license key. So you can just go to LifterLMS.com and go to pricing. I recommend getting the Infinity Bundle, which has everything that LifterLMS makes. So I'm going to go check out right now and get that. Okay, so I've just installed my license key here. I made my purchase on LifterLMS.com and I installed my license key. And for right now, what I'm going to activate for this demonstration is the custom fields add-on. So I'm going to install that one. And I'm going to go ahead and activate it. And then we're going to go ahead and install the Stripe integration for credit card payments. And we're going to activate that. And there's a lot more we can do with all these add-ons, but just to show you the main parts of building a continuing education platform business, a curriculum developer for continuing ed, especially for mandatory continuing education, we're just going to do a quick demo of what this looks like. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add some continuing ed courses. I'm going to click on courses and I'm going to add 3 more. So we'll do continuing ed. See, professional development. We'll just call it that. We'll go ahead and publish it. I'm going to add another course called technology upskill. Skilling. Is that a word? I'm going to click publish on that. And I'm going to do another course called New Research Findings. Now you can of course be making these courses yourself or hire in or license course content from other people. All right, what we're going to do next is we're just going to add some content to this course. So I'm just going to add a section here, 3 lessons, another section, 3 more lessons, another section, and 3 more lessons. So I'm going to click Save Changes. And you can see here where we can just drop in like a video link from our video hosting if it's a video lesson. So let's just do a quick example. I'm just going to go to the LifterLMS YouTube channel for demonstration purposes. And we're going to grab this video right here.
You've got something to...
And I'm just going to take this URL and paste it in here. And so that's our video lesson there. And if we were to open up, if we were to actually go look at this lesson, if we were to go, let me actually go out to the course. If we were to, you see how our course is coming together here. And if we were to go inside that lesson, you can see we have some lesson content starting to show up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust some cadence settings around the LifterLMS. This is one of the things that makes cadence an incredible theme for any WordPress LMS website. So I'm going to go to Appearance, Customize, and you can see how they've got some LifterLMS options built into there. Let me actually go back a second, and I'm going to update the menu here. So under Appearance, Menus, for now I'm going to remove this courses page. And up here in the top in the screen options, make sure LifterLMS is checked. And then under here, I'm going to put in, well, let's do it from pages. We'll put in the course catalog right here. And I'm not going to use a blog in this case, so I'll just remove that for now. But of course, you can build out as many web pages as you want. So I'm putting in the menu item here. So continuing education unit courses. Oops. And I'll click Save Menu. And all right. So now when we go to the front of the site, you can see we've got our 3 courses that we were just creating coming together here. So the next thing I'm going to do, and this one was that sample course that we imported. So you can see here, this is like a sample course that already has content in there, just to kind of show you what that's like. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the back, go to Appearance, Customize, and then in here in LifterLMS on the CEU courses, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this course and kind of change the layout a little bit. So on the course layout, I'm going to put a sidebar on it, and we'll add some stuff to that in a second. And then what I'm going to do, we'll go ahead and publish that, is on the lesson layout, I'm also going to add a sidebar. So that's published. The quizzes I'll make full width, publish. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go here into Appearance, Widgets, and on the course sidebar, we're going to add the course syllabus. I'll just title that Lessons. Make the outline collapsible, sure thing. Display open and close. Well, we'll save that for a different one. Click Save. Next, we'll add the progress bar widget. So I'll go ahead and save that, and we'll do the same thing on the lesson sidebar. So we'll put the progress widget on there, or the syllabus widget. Title that Lessons. We'll make that collapsible and display open and close toggles. And then what we'll also do is we'll put the course progress in there. Progress widget. Cool. So now when we visit our site and we go to our courses, you can see here where we've got the lessons and then the navigation in the sidebar. We can drop into a lesson. You can see how we've got our progress bar. So you see how the LMS site is coming together. So the next thing we want to do is let's take our course here and let's put a price on it. So we've got the new research findings, and just for fun, let's put an image on it to make it even more attractive. So I'm just going to go to Libre stock. It's like a royalty-free image place, and just to give this design a little more visuals here. So we'll get that image right there. We'll download that. Let's see if we can get one that we don't. Let's see if we can get one we don't have to pay for. Well, that's a Labrador. Microscope. Doctor. We'll get this one. Download free stock photo. So I'll take this, we'll save it, and we'll go back to our course here. We'll click Edit Course. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a featured image. So we've got that. We'll click Update. And now you can see on our CEU courses how we're starting to get a little more visual. We've got things coming together. But now let's put a price tag on this thing. So if I go to edit this course, and down here in the access plans, I'm going to add an access plan called one-time payment. Or let's say credit for 1 year. Let's say it's $300. Expires after 1 year. So we're getting a year. So we'll do 3 CEU credits for 1 year. And we'll click Save. And now when you look at the course, you can see we've got the checkout experience. So if someone wants to go purchase this, they can check out and buy just these 3 continuing education unit credit course for $300 for 1 year of access. But let's say we want to also collect company name and license number here. So then what we do is we go over here into LifterLMS into Forms. And let's say we just want to do that on all our courses. In that case, we'll just edit the global billing information form. We'll click Edit. And on here, we're going to want to add a new custom field. So this is what the LifterLMS custom fields add-on does. We'll do a text field, and we'll call this company name. And we're going to make this a required field. So we'll click update on that. And then let's also collect their license number. So we'll do that. Your license number. And also make that required. So we'll click update there. And you can see how our checkout form now has more fields on it. So if we go back to the course and we go to purchase this access plan, we can also collect the company name and the license number, which is cool. So the next thing we're going to do is, let me actually get our import course out of here. Let's see, I'm just going to move that to the trash for now. So these are our 3 continuing education courses. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create a membership package or bundle in case somebody wants to buy all of these at once. So I'm going to go to memberships, add membership, and I'll call it just the CEU bundle. And you could have many of these. I'm just going to show you how to get one. Get 9 hours of credit with this 3-course bundle. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish there. And then this access plan, what I'm going to do, we'll click add new. And this one, I'll just call it the CEU course bundle. We'll call it 9 CEU credits course bundle. And let's say this one is kind of a buy 2 get 1 free kind of package. So we'll say this is $600. One-time payment expires after 1 year. So there we go. And we've got our membership there. So that's the CEU bundle. So somebody could buy that. And when somebody buys that, what we want to have happen, this is the beauty of memberships with LifterLMS, which is a complete membership plugin and learning management system, is we want to do some auto enrollment. We want them to go into the research finding course, the professional development course, and the technology upskilling course. So I'm going to click save. And so what that means is that when somebody purchases that membership, they're going to get instantly enrolled in all 3 of these courses. So let's add that to the menu real quick. I'm going to go to Appearance, Menus, and I'm going to add the membership catalog to the menu. And I'm just going to retitle that for continuing education to Course Bundles. Call it CEU, Course Bundles. I'm going to click Save Menu. And let me just make sure to save that. Yeah, I've got that saved. And then when we visit our site, you can see we've got our course bundles. I can get this bundle and buy all 3 courses at once and get instantly enrolled in all 3. So the next thing, just to show you real quick, we've got the manual payment gateway on. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the LifterLMS settings, checkout, and then we're going to turn Stripe on here. And for this demonstration, I'm just going to put it in test mode. I'm not going to put real Stripe keys in here. But now when you see when someone goes to buy, they have the ability to use a credit card. So that's what comes with the LifterLMS Stripe add-on. We've got PayPal as well, also an integration with WooCommerce if you use that. Cool. So, and then one fancy thing we can do here is on this course, we'll just put a little info right here, course info. And then this one is in the technology space, so on. And we can assign an instructor and stuff like that, but it'll for all intents and purposes, we'll just keep it simple and keep moving fast here. So the next thing we want to do is just do this, make sure people are aware that there's a membership option here. So down in the access plans, we're going to add another one. Get with 9 CEU course bundle. So basically we're saying there's a second way to get this. It's free if you are a member of the CEU bundle membership. So I know that sounds, may not make sense quite at first, but basically there's 2 access plans here. Let me just make sure we're saved. One is the one-time payment, or you get access to this if you have the CEU bundle. So it'll take it over there to buy the bundle, and you can learn about what's in that. All right. So the next thing we want to do is get our certificate together. So as people complete these certificates, they're going to want to see that so that they can get credit at their job or get the PDF and that kind of thing of the certificate so that they can move on. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into certificates. All right. So that's under engagements, certificates. We're going to add new. And what we're going to do is, that one was new research findings certificate. So we'll give the title here, certificate of completion. And then we'll put some of these merge codes in here. First name, last name, completed, and this, I'll make this look pretty in a second. New research findings. And we'll make this one big. Completed. On, and then we have what's called the earn date. And then the other, we'll start, let's make that really big. Then what we're going to do is we're going to center all this. And you can see in this preview how it's starting to come together. Let me just clean this up a little bit so it looks a little better. And we'll add some custom information to it. So I'll go ahead and publish that. The particular user I'm using is just called trial. So let me just clean that up. And I'll just give it my name, which is Chris Badgett. If this user had checked out via the form that we were created, then this all information would already be in there. And we'll go ahead and update that profile. And then the next thing I just want to show you, which is a really cool feature about LifterLMS, is that I'll just do a test page. After 5.0, we introduced this basically a custom fields and just shortcode creator on the fly. So if you want to create dynamic content like hello, and this will drop down if you select shortcodes, you could put the first name in like that. Let's see here, insert. There we go. In this case, actually what I wanted to grab and show you is the custom fields that we were just creating on our enrollment form. So in this case, we want, what are we looking for? The company name, and then the license number, which is right here. So I can insert this information anywhere in the site or in an email that goes to users. I'm just going to copy those and head out of there for a second. Like for example, in the LifterLMS notification emails, I could say, here's like a welcome email. I could say, hi Chris from, let me do edit, paste and match style. I could do, that's from just the company name, this first one. And that would go out in the email like, hi Chris from Acme Company. So, and we're actually going to use that over in the certificates. So if we go over to the certificates, let's say we want to do from company name, license number. So I'll actually put that up a little higher. Put it in right there. Center it. And go ahead and click update. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go to my user here. And since I didn't register on the site, company Tron, I'll just call it. And my license number is 8567309. So I'm going to update my profile just so that information is in the database for our demonstration here. And our certificates, you can see here, if I were to preview this, you can see certificate of completion, Chris Badgett from Company Tron with my license number, new research findings, and I might add just a little more information. So three CEU credits valid for 1 year, something like that. Now you can get fancy, and we've even got some certificate backgrounds you can use, and we've got an additional plugin called LifterLMS PDF so that these can be easily generated into PDFs that your students can share. But let's look at that. So you can see how we've got our certificate of completion that they can print or save. And if we go to the front end of the website, let me back out of here. Well, actually, let's set that up first. If you go to engagements, we want to create a trigger for that certificate to fire. So we'll call it research certificate. And the triggering event is someone completes a course, and it's the new research findings course. And what kind of engagement do we want to award? In this case, we're going to award a certificate. We're going to award this certificate, and we're going to award it instantly, so we're not going to put anything in that field. So now that's set up. So if I were to visit the site here, we've got our continuing education business up and running. I've really built this whole thing out in under an hour. And really, at this point, it's all about just adding content. And there's a lot of fine tweaks we can do and stuff like that. But I wanted to show you the basics of putting together a WordPress LMS website for continuing education for CEU credit business. And when somebody goes through all this, what we can do, like just to show you an example here, I'm just going to put the dashboard up on the menu and save that. So let's do a run through the experience real quick here. All right, so we got our dashboard here. So this is the student dashboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an incognito window. So that means it's not logged in. And what we're going to do is I'm not going to do a checkout here. So I'm going to purchase this course. So let's do Chris. I'll just use my stuff. Chris at LifterLMS.com. Put that in there again. So let me do just making a strong password real quick. So putting that in there. And my name's Chris Badgett. And I live on 123 Main Street, Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills, California. My phone number. From Badgett Enterprises. And my license number is 4209866. And since this is in test mode, I can check out using this fake credit card number here. So I'm going to put that in, 42. Hold on, did I get that in there? I think I did. 12, 23, 123. And I'm going to buy now. So you can see how I've enrolled in this new research findings. I'm enrolled. That's awesome. I can go to the dashboard. You can see I've got this course on my dashboard. And if I go into the first lesson, I can watch this video and start taking my courses. We can add quizzes. We can do all kinds of stuff, assignments. We can get fancy in here. We've got other videos on how to really build out the course content. We'll mark that as complete. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to mark all these complete, all these lessons, other lessons that we have not yet added content to, but just to show you what it looks like at the end. So you can see how it's working down. Boom, I earned my certificate. I'm at 100% completion. If I go to my dashboard, you can see my course, the progress bar is at 100%. I can view my certificate. And there we go. So I have earned 3 continuing education credits as a user. So that is my demo for you today on how to build a niche continuing education business with WordPress and LifterLMS. All right, how was that? I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I wanted to share an exclusive resource with you called the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide, which helps you select the best tech stack for your online training or your CEU business or your membership site without picking the wrong tools or ending up in an incomplete technology stack. So click the link below this video to download the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide, like the many thousands of people who have checked out this resource. It's not huge. It doesn't take long to read, but it shows you the 5 critical questions you need to ask so that you can build a strong platform without ending up in the weeds of building it on the wrong tech. And also just wanted to encourage you to smash that like button if you like this video. Share this video with a friend if you know someone who would benefit from seeing that. We'd appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe if you like this video. We drop other videos like this every single week, so hit that subscribe button. And I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep taking action. You have the power to lift up others through education. There's a course inside all of us, and I'll see you in the next video.